Hi, I'm Laura. Welcome back to the Tarot Genie, where you receive intuitive, insightful answers from the tarot to your burning questions about business, career, entrepreneurship, self-development, spirituality, and more. Do you want to know how to clear your clutter once and for all? Well, that's what we're going to ask the tarot today. And as always, I have a highly recommended book, which I am going through once again. This is Clear Your Clutter with Feng Shui by Kingston. This is a classic book I've had since March 2002, and Kingston has been around the block because she's been around for many years, and I trust her particular approach especially more than others. I mean, there's so many clutter and home organizers that you can find on YouTube. However, I think Kingston is one of the best. She has a bit of a spiritual bent toward her teachings. And in fact, I'm going to be taking one of her online courses starting in July. So if you have the challenge, if you want to know how to tackle your clutter once and for all, and again, I always present a subject, almost always, that I'm wrestling with myself. And I decide once and for all, I've got to get it together. Not that I'm super cluttered, it's just that, well, maybe I am sometimes at home, paperwork, etc. It's because of the time factor in my case. So I thought this would be a great topic to ask the tarot today. How to clear your clutter once and for all. And we're going to approach the question from your aspiration, insights you need to know. Why should you go about, why should you clear clutter, what's benefit? Second card will be the obstacle, what's hampering you from doing this, clearing your clutter. And finally, the path forward, what actions can you take to clear your clutter once and for all? Because I've noticed in the past, whenever I've cleared my clutter, I feel so much more energy. It's truly amazing. The only thing is, things just happen, and it is a challenge keeping up with it, but we're going to tackle this question today. How can you clear your clutter? Laying out the 3 cards, and let's get started. First card representing your aspiration. What do you need to know about this plan to clear your clutter? The Fool reversed. Interesting. Now, the Fool is a major arcana card. And the Fool, in a way, is one of my favorite cards in the tarot because when it's upright, he appears to be such an adventurous soul. And I think, though, this is interesting that I chose this card, and it's reversed. And what is it saying about your aspiration about clearing clutter? Well, I think what it's saying, given that it's reversed, right off the bat, what's coming to me at the moment is that you realize inwardly that you need to gain more energy, that somehow you're being stymied from moving forward. See, the Fool, when it's upright, the Fool is an adventurous, youthful soul who's about to break into new territory, looking forward with pure intention, as represented by the white flower and also these cliffs, the white snowy cliffs. It's ready for adventure, ready to move into new territory. However, if your aspiration is to clear clutter, you're recognizing that you have been stymied. You're not able to move forward as easily as you can. You know why? Because when you are consumed by and surrounded by a lot of clutter, you waste a lot of time because you look for things. Things get lost. You can waste time, energy, and money. Hasn't this been the case for you, where a vital paper that you need for an appointment, whether it's a tax appointment or something else, and you can't find it because you have a lot of clutter? That wastes a lot of time. Sometimes if you lose receipts, etc., you can lose money because you're not able to return some items. I would say that the first suggestion here that the tarot is advising us is that, yes, you recognize your aspiration, the purpose behind you wanting to clear your clutter from this point forward. This is definitely true for me, is that you have been stymied by it. It's holding you back. It's not allowing you to move forward as easily as you might otherwise. Second card will show us and give us insights into what is the main obstacle in clearing the clutter. Five of Cups reversed, another reverse card. Interesting. Now, when the Five of Cups is upright, we see this individual who is mourning. They're in this dark, looks like funeral type of an outfit, mourning over the three spilled cups to their left. And there's still two upright cups. This card is associated with mourning, with being frustrated, having concerns and frustrations, and basically a sense of loss. Now, given that it's reversed and where this card is responding to the position of what is the obstacle toward moving forward in clearing your clutter, as I would suggest that it's unemphasizing, the other word I was looking for, unemphasizing that you're not able to clear your clutter because you perhaps have some deeply entrenched concerns. You're unable to let things go from the past. You know, if you have a lot of items around your home from years ago and they're just, you feel like you just can't part with them. You have an emotional attachment. And in fact, recently I saw one of the episodes of Marie Kondo, who's this clutter specialist, Japanese woman who's very famous. And she was working with a woman who had recently lost her husband. And she had had a wonderful marriage. They had a very close relationship. And part of her journey to move forward after he died was eliminating, clearing out a lot of things that he had, his clothing, etc. And this was very difficult because, of course, she had an attachment. And so part of their exercise and work together was sorting out what she could keep, to keep those fond memories, because she didn't want to discard her fond memories of such a wonderful husband, but at the same time letting go of things that simply were not necessary and weren't serving a purpose by being in her home. So I would suggest that one of your key obstacles, if you are watching this video right now, is that deep within you, there are things that you just feel you can't let go. But recognition is the first step. So recognize what you feel you can't let go and maybe start doing work on that and approaching it in a way that when you let certain things go that you no longer have a need for, that you'll be able to move forward more easily, as the Fool wants to do. That's card number 2. And the path forward, the final card. Well, all these cards are reversed, quite interesting, and this is the Ten of Wands. Now, when upright, the Ten of Wands is an individual carrying a load. He's delivering, it looks like he's going into a particular town and is delivering this load of, whatever kind of shipment or delivery of some kind. But he is definitely weighed down. And that's what it is often associated when this card is upright. However, given that it's reversed, and we're talking about what advice the tarot is providing in terms of the path forward, how can you move forward to start clearing your clutter? Well, what pops out at me right off the bat here is that you are going to feel so much lighter, so much freer, and you're going to be able to move with your head upright instead of being weighed down by all the stuff and junk that is surrounding you. It's a very clear message. It seems to be a very simple message today that yes, indeed, your aspiration of clearing your clutter is that you want to be able to move forward freely with energy and vibrancy and a sense of adventure. And clearly, the clutter is hampering you from doing that. You are being stopped. You're being impeded by doing that because of your clutter. Secondly, the core obstacle is that you need to recognize and acknowledge from deep within you what is holding you back. What attachments that no longer serve you are hampering you from clearing this clutter. Just holding on to this stuff because of past memories, past attachments, but things that you really do need to let go of. And then finally, the path forward is perhaps visualize how much lighter and freer you are going to feel once that clutter is removed. And I know that's something that I have been focusing on myself, because I do recall the times of how much lighter and more energized I felt Truly, and not an exaggeration, I was always amazed at how when you have the space in your house, when things are clean and clear, that you just feel more vibrant. I hope this has been helpful for you, this reading today. If you have not already hit the subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell so that you can be notified of future videos, which come out every Monday. And in the next video, next week's tarot reading, we are going to tackle the topic. We're going to ask the tarot, how can you start eliminating stress, some more stress? And what are some key ways to free yourself from certain things that are stressing you a lot? Until next time, illumine your mind, inspire your life with the tarot.